you all doing tonight? لا مش هينفع كده احنا لسه بادئين. How are you all doing tonight? أيوة كده. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this magical night. It's amazing to see so many familiar faces in the audience celebrating in this beautiful location, celebrating heritage, luxury, and success. And tonight is extra special for me because my father is here in the audience watching me for the first time ever on stage, and I've been doing this for quite some time. Hi, Baba. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand launch of Ulter, a groundbreaking payment program by Value, MENA's leading universal financial technology company. Today, we gather here in the heritage site of Saara for an event like no other. Echoes of luxury, past wonders inspiring modern opulence in collaboration with cultivator by Art d'Egypte. Ulter sets a new standard in the realm of luxury product acquisitions, offering the highest credit limit in Egypt and flexible repayment plans. It is designed to cater to the growing demand for flexible and convenient payment solutions for big transactions across luxury groups. So let's say furniture, home finishing, travel, automotive, marine transport, along with more lifestyle-enabling products and services. And in the presence of distinguished international guests and a lineup of luminaries from the worlds of luxury, art, culture, and Egypt's leading business community, we are honored to have you all here. Now, the name Saara comes from the ancient Egyptian term Soker, which translates to land of silence. And this title sheds light on the deep reverence the ancient Egyptians held for silence and introspection, using it as catalysts for mental clarity, profound insights, and the cultivation of wisdom. We hope that all of us take heed of this wisdom and strive to incorporate it into our daily lives. Amen to that. Thank you for being here. Enjoy the festivities, the company, and the magic of tonight. Now, to kick off the evening, please join me in welcoming on stage Value CEO, Mr. Walid Hassouna. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. I would like to start by thanking our distinguishing guests, all ladies and gentlemen, our speakers who flew from every part of the world to be here with us launching one of the most important programs here. Tonight, we stand on the edge of a new age in luxury experience. We are here not only to celebrate our latest program, Ulter, but also to set a new benchmark for luxury and innovation in Egypt. The launch of Ulter by Value is not just about business. We chose a setting as grand and timeless as our product, a symbol of human creativity and lasting grandeur. This event, in collaboration with Art d'Egypte and our great organizer, Tarek Noor. I would like to thank Ahmed Tarek, Nadine, and if you can, I would like to thank also May Gamal, Omar Salama, and Salma Abdel Hamid, and the marketing team behind that from Value and EFG Hermes. Value was built on visionary ideas. I'm proud of our journey. We started as a very small buy now, pay later corporate innovation coming out of EFG. Currently, we are the biggest buy now, pay later in North Africa. We have turned to be a powerhouse of fintech. And today, we're not only launching the biggest and the most luxurious program in affordability, we are also having the fastest and the fastest process of approval, that in 10 minutes we will be approving customers for 60 million pounds. Yes, you heard me right. It is 60. This is the biggest program in the world now, financing affordability solutions from any product or service you can think about. I will not go longer on that. I would like to be very short in my word. I want also to have one small thank you, and then I will leave you with a video about Ulter. I would like to thank my wife, partner, and for being here always with me. Thank you, Dudu, for being here on time. And now I will leave you with a video of Ulter. And please stay with us to attend the panels that are done by our international speakers from different important brands. Thank you very much.
Imagine a world where luxury is at your fingertips, enabling swift decisions without compromising your liquidity. Introducing Ulter by Value, Egypt's revolutionary payment program designed for your grandest purchases. With the highest credit limit in Egypt, Ulter empowers you to make those big-ticket purchases effortlessly. Flexible repayment options over 60 months, no down payments, and seamless financing. Ulter adapts to your financial strategy, preserving your cash flow and liquidity. Whether it's luxury goods, home finishing, travel, automotive or marine transport, Ulter caters to your lifestyle needs. In collaboration with Egypt's top-tier brands, Ulter promises to redefine the luxury shopping experience in Egypt, offering a seamless and accessible financing solution for discerning customers looking to invest in high-value products. Manage your payments with ease and confidence. Choose Ulter for cash flow management, liquidity preservation, and financial flexibility. Enjoy the confidence of knowing where your money is going instead of worrying about where it went. Ulter by Value, making luxury conveniently accessible, one flexible payment at a time.
Thank you, Mr. Walid. Thank you, Dudu. Our first talk is with a celebrated leader in fashion. Since she became a creative director in 1997, she has transformed Missoni into a globally acclaimed brand known for its innovative designs. Now, serving as president, she continues to drive Missoni's success and influence. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Angela Missoni. Woo! Hi, how are you? Welcome.
Thank you.
Now on stage with Angela Missoni will be, of course, Nadine Abdel Ghaffar, who will be moderating the Fireside chat. Please join me in welcoming a visionary curator, cultural consultant, and ambassador who bridges Egypt's rich heritage with contemporary art and design. As the founder of Art d'Egypte, she has revolutionized the art scene in Egypt. Today, we are honored to have her moderate all our talks. Welcome, Nadine. Love you. Good luck.
So, one, I'm overwhelmed by your presence. Thank you all for coming tonight to a magical place that very few people know. So, with Ulter, they're unveiling something that most of you didn't know, so I'm happy. And Angela, it's always good to have you back. So, Angela, I think the first question would be a bit of history on how your parents built this.
I move out
You
so I
move
can
to
see
the other
people
side?
over there. Yes.
Okay. A woman of spirit.
Hi.
How
Can you hear
that?
me? Yes.
Yeah. So how did this all happen? How your parents built this and how you transformed it into a global brand?
And so the story, it's a long story. Missoni is 71 years since the foundation this year. So it's one of the, I think, one of the eldest brand in fashion that has been alive since the beginning till today. Because you see many brands, many old names that have been revamped in the past 20 years maybe, and revamped. But Missoni, it's always been Missoni, right, since the beginning. And it happened by chance. It happened because my father was a sportsman and he was doing knitwear. He started to do knitwear to do tracksuit for sports. And he met my mom by chance in London during the Olympic Games. And my mom came from a family who were doing embroideries already, my great-grandfather, and fabrics, and my mother grew with passion for fashion. She grew with the fashion magazine. So when they married, the project of living was doing some tracksuit, and my mom started to do some jumpers for women. This was 1953. In 1958, they got their first window in Milan at La Rinascente, which was the place where the pret-a-porter started in Italy, basically. So they were founder of pret-a-porter in Italy, and then later on, founder of Milan Fashion Week in the 70s. So, and the story goes on and long, and they had a big success in the States, and they could have built whatever they wanted, but they didn't want it. My father never wanted to grow the company. He always had the idea he wanted to be an artisan and keep the brand a size that he could control. So.
And when did you come in to take on this legacy and revamp and keep it alive until today and relevant to all of us until today?
It happened in the 90s, more or less, and I never knew I didn't thought as a young girl that I wanted to do fashion or whatever, even it was the job of my parents. But I was helping here and there through the years, assisting my mom, but I wasn't that passionate. And I had maternity in my head, so I had to have my children. In fact, I had my 3 kids in my 20s, and every time I was pregnant, I was doing projects totally different from the company. Like I started a children playground. I did the project of an organic chicken farm in the 39 years ago, basically. And then when I was pregnant of my daughter Teresa, I went to my father and I said, you know what, I'm sure I'm not going to work in this company anymore. And my father said, why? Do you have any other project? What you would like to do? And I said, yes, maybe children clothes, jewelry. And my father said, yes, you know what? Consider this company like a large umbrella and you can develop your project under this umbrella. And so I started very important, he said, you don't need to work with your mom every single day. And then he realized that I had to take my confidence and grow and go with my own legs. So I started to follow for the company some licensee. And then after 2-3 years, I said, yes, I wanted to do fashion. And I started to do my own line, which was solid, mainly solid in knit. And all of a sudden, I started to put pattern here and there in the collection. And I think it was the 4th collection when my mother, after the collection, the show that I had, she came and said, have you ever thought of doing the main line? And I said, not really. And she said, I think you should, because what you're doing today is what I would like Missoni to be today. And okay, so I started, and I started helping, and then after 2 years, I became what today you call a creative director. At the time, there was no title, but I went out on the runway on my own, basically. That's how, and how I kept it relevant. I don't know, because it wasn't a recipe. It became very natural for me. I knew the archive by heart. I knew every detail of everything. I was very curious since my youth. And I remember every single detail of every collection, hair, makeup, shoes, every detail of everything. So, but I was looking at my time. I was looking at new things. I was very inspired by art always. And doing new pattern and new design and new style. But every time I had an idea, I connected with what I remember from the archive and maybe asked for pieces from the archive, exactly, precisely the year and season. And it happened that I make it relevant.
So again, we have a lot of young brands here with us from Egypt. And what is the advice you would give the young people? I mean, you took your confidence, you went up to your father, and you did things that weren't there. I mean, you used the accessories and all of that did not exist before you came in, and did your own, you had your own voice.
First of all, remember that something big changed like 20 years ago. We started not talking anymore about fashion, but in the world started talking about luxury. But luxury and fashion, it's not exactly the same thing. Doesn't mean that if you have that bag with that big, you are in fashion, or you are fashionable, or you are fashion. It's always a passion, and you have, if you're a young designer, you have to go with your own ideas and your own, and you have to study the history of fashion, and you have to not only be superficial and check on the last 10 years or 15 years, go deeper and see what's really, and then go with your own idea. Don't copy what's on the market now, because that's you're going to be a follower. You've never been a trendsetter.
Thank you. Don't copy, guys. Please don't copy. The power of collaboration. Tell us a bit about that and your favorite collaborations.
Oh my God. I did many very spontaneously, and it happened that I bump into, for instance, I did one, I found on Instagram, actually, which at the beginning was really inspiring, because you really could see with the other eyes, right? You could open your mind. I found an artist, not a known artist. Oh my God, I'm forgetting the name in the minute. I know. This is one, Olafur Eliasson, that I met many years ago, and I had a fashion show, but we don't see the picture of the fashion show actually here. And it was by chance that the day of the fashion show, he was being given an honor in Washington. He was recognized for the work that he was doing. So I had in the show, at the end of the show, all the girls having the little son, which is an amazing project, and I was giving out, and it was her day that day. So just by chance, I made it happen I think in 10 days I made it to, you know how those things happen.
Yes.
And this surface conversion was a project I did in New York. There was a big store in New York, and it needed to be renovated. And we couldn't afford to renovate at the time, the store. So I said, what can I do? It's so big. I can bring art in and do project, leave the store to different artists. So I did, I think, five different projects. And something that I think I would need to do a book sometimes.
Definitely, with all the stories.
This is a project that I did during the Design Week in Milan, Neat Town. Yes, I did all these little houses. Oh, this is another project that I did. I found it on Instagram always, this lady who was doing all those dolls after the show. So I asked her to make the whole collection. So then I made it in a project to give out, and it was actually the collection of, this was what happened in the pink pussy hat. It was that moment I was working at the collection, and something was happening right big in New York. A big march was happening, and then it was happening all over the world. And I said, oh my God, we are here in Milan working, and nobody is really talking about that. So we need to go and do something. So I had it made in 15 days, 2,000 of pussy pink hat in different size, in different shape, in different fabric, whatever we could find, even for a knitting fabric. It's difficult to have them, and I gave them out to everybody at the show so that we could be there.
Amazing.
We could participate.
So, a statement.
This was Rachel A. Rachel A., it's a girl that I met on Instagram. I found that she was doing those amazing patchwork tent, and I asked her to do the tent of the show, and then I went on the desert, on White Desert in US, to do those pictures made by Harley Wire, which I think they're iconic and one of the strongest iconic. this is actually, I wasn't the art director for Missoni, but I was following project for Missoni, and I asked Oliviero Tostacani to take a picture of the family to do the advertising. So this was the first time that the whole family went on an advertising.
Together. It's
Yes.
a beautiful picture. So last question. You're a supporter of human rights and women empowerment, as you're here
Yes.
today with us, supporting as well. And what do you think is the role of social responsibility? How do we humanize brands? How do all brands think differently and have a part of what they're doing as in giving back to society?
First of all, of course, everybody, anybody who has a voice, who has a higher voice, and if you are in fashion, you have a podium. You are on a podium every day, right? So you better use it, right? And say what you think and help in any direction you can from inside your company. Try to make things better, because I've seen and I've lived things in the company through my youth that I've seen bad behaved. And I couldn't, and I felt like helpless, like sometimes, because things wouldn't, I couldn't see things moving, but I was very happy when finally I can get a high director fired for the right reason, right? But because one girl talked, finally one decided to talk. So women need to be protected when they talk also, no? You need to protect them.
Definitely. Yeah. Protect women, Egypt. Thank you so much, Angela. Always inspiring to have you with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming all the way with your beautiful family.
Anytime.
And we have a little archaeologist here, an Egyptologist.
Yes.
Thank you.
Raising Egyptologists in the family. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Grazie.
All right, so now we're going to dive into our next panel, Gemology and Art. We'd like to invite Mr. Mehdi Ben Ibrahim, a distinguished figure in luxury jewelry and gemology, with a career shaped by a blend of artistic passion and technical expertise. Holding an HRD Antwerp certified diamond grader diploma, he shaped training content at Chanel, honed sales finesse at Buccellati, and now at Tiffany Co. Let's welcome on stage Mr. Mehdi Ben Ibrahim. Hello, how are you? Nice to meet you. Joining him is Mrs. Giovanna Sisuchu, with over 35 years of experience in the art field. She's renowned for her talent recognition and expertise in public relations and project management. She has been pivotal in events like the Art Biennale of Venice and has curated exhibitions for renowned artists such as Lorenzo Quinn and worked with Goyer Goyer Gallery and Halcyon Gallery. Welcome. Thanks for coming. Thank you.
Hey, everyone. So this topic is peerless paths, gemology and art, because art is a gem. I will start, of course, with our amazing Giovanna. So today we start with the women and woman power.
Thank you.
And men that empower women with jewelry. We all like diamonds, so. Giovanna, give us a small insight about how the Venice Biennale stayed sustainable all these years, because it's incredible, especially if we talk about the art Biennale.
Nadine, first of all, is it working? Yes. First of all, I want to thank you for this wonderful invitation.
Close.
This is really a dream come true, because I'm bringing Tiffany, which is an iconic brand closer to this incredible icon behind us, where the jewels were born. So this is really a special moment for me. So yes, I've been involved with the Biennale with my family, because my brother has been the president of the Biennale in the past 4 years. And I think he did a wonderful job. as a president, and I also this year was the project manager of the pavilion, the official pavilion of the Biennale of Kazakhstan. So, well, the Biennale, it's a very, very complex mechanism that was able to survive over 100 years through wars, through many different changes, social, political, and I mean, it's always been a very big voice in the art world. And in the past 4 years, I'm proud to say that my brother was able to first in 2021 declare the Biennale carbon-free from emission with the Film Festival Biennale. And then this year, it became carbon-free for all the events of the Biennale. So this is a great achievement and a big step in the art world, because the Art Biennale is not a fair, is much more than a fair. It's so meaningful because it's global and also because it's institutional. Not, I mean, it's not an economical showcase like a fair where you can buy the art. It's where the countries submit their artists to show what's going on in the art world in this moment, which is very complicated, by the way.
Very true. As we were saying this morning, Venice and the bridges, and how it bridges the gap between all these different countries and cultures. And as you said, it's much more because it also has cultural tourism and a representation of all the countries together. So I move to the real gems that we all want. The key factors that you consider when evaluating quality and value of a gemstone.
First of all, thank you very much, Nadine, to invite us. You hear me?
Mais le plus près.
Thank you very much for this amazing event. We are very glad to be here, and thank you for all you are doing to preserve this culture that is maybe the best heritage that we have on our planet. And thank you very much also, and you are wearing so well our collection, Tiffany. Well, to answer to your question, basically we will have some standard defined to what we call the criteria for a diamond, for example, that we call the 4 C's, but we can talk after about this one. But in a more general aspect, different things can provide and gives value to gemstones, diamonds or other colored gemstones. It can depend, for example, on the provenance. It can depend on color. It can depend also on which high jewelry or jewelry pieces they are set. Because basically, a stone that is set on a statement piece can, with time, take a strong value and can be sought after in the secondary market, for example. I have, of course, in mind our most iconic piece of jewelry at Tiffany that we call the Bruges Bird on the Rock. That is an amazing piece created by our French designer, Mr. Jean Schlumberger, and that exists with different beautiful colored stone. And that is a piece that is really researched in the world.
Amazing. And today I got to know that Tiffany is actually an American brand, and now being under LVMH, so going back to the French. Giovanna. So Giovanna this year is on our curatorial board, on our international curatorial board for Forever Is Now.
So proud of it. Thank you.
So tell us a bit
from
how
the
you
very
feel.
beginning. Yes. Well, I met you, Nadine, when I was curating an installation at Art Egypt for my ex-husband, and that was called Together. And it was difficult to promote, this project because nobody believed in Egypt back then. And also your platform was at the very beginning. But I immediately believed in the project because I thought that the contamination between, the monuments, the spectacular monuments that you have in Egypt with the contemporary art, it was a win-win situation. And also because I see it every day in Venice. I mean, I'm from Venice, I was born there. And Venice is like an open-air museum, and Venice reinvented itself as a city, a very old city. Last year, it was Venice's birthday, 1,600 years, and 1,000 years of republic, the first republic in the world, and reinvented itself like the phoenix with a great vocation for contemporary art. That's why the Biennale keeps its name and has become the most important art event in the world. So I wish for you the same trajectory and to become as important as the Biennale of Venice. You deserve it.
Thank you. What are some of the emerging trends and innovations you've observed in the gemstone industry, and how are they shaping the market?
Well, I would say that the innovation, technology are evolving as quick as all the general innovation in the world are doing. And it's a very important aspect because nowadays more and more jewelers, I would say, are researching to new technologies and new techniques to apply, but also to preserve the quality of some products, also to help some old techniques to sometimes reappear. I was super pleased to see in some museum here in Egypt some techniques that are still used today, with some very rudimentary tools that was used in the past that are used today. Basically, what is changing maybe the market today for the diamond? I would say, of course, the synthetic diamond that is coming more and more. But in, of course, my personal opinion, will never change the value of a real diamond. More than that, I would say that we have, and I'm super proud that Tiffany to be part of the only house in the world to give to the client for all the gemstones, for all the diamonds, a traceability, and we can give you the country from which it's coming from. Regarding the technology, what is super interesting, it will be how the diamond, when we cut the diamond to give it the maximum of refraction. Now we can see that we are using some very interesting technology with some 3D modeling that will help to have the best proportion to give the best lights into your eyes. And the more interesting also will be how we can mix tradition and innovation.
So back to what we were saying today with collaborations like Pharrell Williams, guys, is on Tiffany now, and this is incredible.
This is,
and he is into jewelry, but it's really incredible to see this collaboration as well.
Tiffany Co that exists almost 200 years ago always had this brilliant idea to make some brilliant partnership with designers, philanthropists, in order to put in light and make people dreams thanks to the design of these people. And we know how amazing is Pharrell. And again, it's my personal opinion, but the pieces that he created are amazing.
We want him back. So, Giovanna, the merge between traditional and contemporary in terms of quality and what it adds. I must say that when we started Art d'Egypte, I always looked back at Venice as well and what was done in all those beautiful palaces and how everything was repurposed and given life through contemporary art and giving a purpose. Like here today, most of the people don't know this space, but you give it another way of seeing tradition and our ancient times, but with the eyes of our contemporary world.
Absolutely. I think it's always a great inspiration for artists to push their boundaries through the knowledge of the old masters. and they can being inspired also to I'm missing the word, I'm sorry.
Translate the past and the present.
Being inspired to do a research on new materials that to reinterpret the old masters and the great architects of the past. So it's definitely the good way to go. And I think it provokes in the public a wonderful critical dialogue between, the past and the present.
Thank you. So today we were also talking about the iconic gems. So ladies, who wants to know what is the most special gem that Tiffany has owned and owns now?
Ladies, we say that diamonds are the girl best friends, right? And as a diamond expert and diamond enthusiast since my first day, because my parents are a diamond dealer and expert, of course it will be my favorite one. If I want to talk about Tiffany, of course Tiffany is called the king of diamond. Tiffany has a strong legacy into the diamond industry. For many reasons are differentiated us regarding the diamond, because we are the only one to cut our own diamond, to give provenance to the diamond, to have also our own laboratory, gemological laboratory of certification. We have, as a legacy, the chance to acquire in the past one of the biggest yellow diamond ever found in the world. More than 300 carats. Imagine, wow. It's the size of a heart.
300 carats, girls.
And the thing that is amazing is what we call the Tiffany promise. In fact, we're never looking to optimize the carat weight of a stone when we are going to cut it. We are going to optimize the beauty, the heart of the stone. And imagine that when we cut it, we reach 128 carats for this stone. That is still important, of course.
I'd settle for 5.
And then we have also beautiful and rare gemstone. We have also some other legacy gemstones. One of my favorite will be the Tanzanite, because there is only one country in the world where you can find this beautiful stone. It was presented to the first jeweler, that was Tiffany at that time, that called it the Tanzanite in honor of Tanzania. We have also, of course, the turquoise. I saw a beautiful lady today wearing a beautiful necklace in the iconic blue color of Tiffany. We have also other stones that will be a legacy stones. And I would say, to finish this question, that every beautiful gemstone can be appreciated in a different way, and they are all beautiful, and it will depend, of course, on how we are going to cut it.
So, one last question. The impact of cultural tourism. And what is your opinion on its role in democratizing art?
I think art has a huge role in democratizing art, and one of the best examples is Miami. Miami used to be a place where rich people went to retire. And because of Basel decided to go to Miami. Now it's one of the most vibrant, interesting city of the States. So you can really be put on the map by art and by the dialogue with art and with the urban tissue of a city. So it also, it's very, very important that you can reach people at different levels. So through the digitalizations that we have been seeing in the development of the art in the latest years, and all the social media that immediately can join an art event, art has become really, really global. And I think it's very important, it's very inspiring in many different levels for all publics.
So going back to democratizing art, we go to social responsibility and what Tiffany has been doing. So again, this is what we were saying with Angela, is that every industry, every field, every company has to have social responsibility. And it doesn't matter what field you are, and you are in the diamond and jewelry field. So what are the types of social responsibilities and philanthropical things that Tiffany has been doing for years?
You're right. It's also my opinion. I think that it's maybe one of the more important challenge that brands, luxury or not, should have in mind, because our planet, our culture, every human on this planet are so, in fact, unique but important, and we should preserve it. And I'm very proud to be part of a house that I can really feel that we are giving more to human, to environment that we are taking. We created in 2000 a foundation called the Tiffany Co Foundation that helps all the region with we are working. For example, the mines, the responsible mine where we are working with to develop the region, to organize some philanthropic efforts, activities, to push into the social responsibility. Excuse me. It's a very important way, first, to preserve these beautiful areas, because in fact, in general, the beautiful gemstones are coming from beautiful zone of our planet. And I can give you an example. We launched very recently, or maybe a few years ago, a collection called Save the Wild. In fact, we were creating beautiful piece of jewelry representing African animals, and every profits were completely donated to association preserving animals and nature. So we are continuing to push in that way, and we know how people are looking to more and more gemstones that are completely sustainable, responsible, and we are the pioneer in the world in this. Again, being born in this field, my dream is to stay in this brand, because I'm pretty sure that we cannot do better in this way. And of course, many, many beautiful things and information to share. So I'm all of you waiting you in Paris, maybe to invite you and to make you discover our beautiful pieces, but also some beautiful information to know.
Definitely. Thank you very much for your presence, both of you. Thank you all for listening.
Our final panel discussion of the day, the art of crafting luxury brands. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Markus Jocher, a senior sales leader and international luxury brand development specialist, owner of Roseneath Company for over 20 years, with experience in luxury brand development, particularly tableware culture. He excels in business development, network management, and owns a boutique of Christoph in Germany.
So I'll start with the lady in red of Baccarat. Just quickly, Baccarat started when and where?
Actually, Baccarat started in France, Baccarat.
Microphone très près de ta bouche.
Ok, d'accord. Alors, sorry. Baccarat started in France, in eastern France, in a town called Baccarat, in 1764. Which was founded, who discovered this is King Louis.
And going to Markus and Christophe.
Yes.
So, what made Christophe and made it live all these years? So, how did it start?
It started with Charles Christoffel. He was born in 1805. And he was from childhood on very impressed from some different things he see. The parents have a small fabric and produce buttons. And so, all childs plays a little bit with buttons, and he was so impressed. And then he get a brother-in-law, and he have a small fabric to do jewelry in copper, very cheap jewelry. And so he was 16 years old and produced with him these things and was so impressed from all this. And so he produced with them more and more, get famous worldwide with this kind of jewelry. And after this, two people, a French people and an English people, he invents to do silver plated. He starts to, silver plate, not pure silver. In this time, many pure silver, they need and smelt it. They need the money for the wars. And so it was the very perfect start in this time to do more in silver plated.
So again, for brands, right time, right place. People needed to melt the silverware, and there came a guy that did silver plated. So great. Back to you. What inspired the creation of Baccarat's signature perfume, Baccarat Rouge?
Alors, Baccarat Rouge was inspired by the anniversary of Baccarat, 250. And they collaborated with the Maison Francis Cordégien, which is if everyone wants to try the perfume, we have it here with us. It's so amazing and beautiful because Baccarat is like celebrating the 260 this year. And the fragrance is like jasmine and saffron, ambergris, and other secret ingredients.
And hopefully the jasmine comes from here, from Egypt.
I hope so, yeah.
So we were talking today about two very cool things. One is custom-made, Christophe, like the example you told me of custom-made.
Yes, they custom-made whatever people want. A very easy sample is, I have a bracelet now from Christophe, and it was a very small bracelet for women, and I say, I want to have it, and they make it a little bit bigger for my hands. They do whatever you want. One famous people, for example, have a beautiful boat, and he said, it's my big wish to have this boat in pure silver, and Christophe can do it. And they collaborate with many different brands also to can customize whatever you want.
So one other thing, going back to Pharrell, and this is how much I love Pharrell. I received from my amazing friend Noor Al-Khouli for my birthday a beautiful Christophe egg, and I look at it and I find Pharrell on it, and I find JR, and I find Jean Imbert. And I was like, okay, that's the best gift ever. So Christophe also reinventing itself and what we were discussing today, which is the power of collaborations.
Yes, the collaborations with different companies was, for example, they produced the very famous egg. You have in this egg 24 cutlery plated silver. And they do all year with different famous peoples. For example, with Pharrell Williams, the egg was yellow. And outside there are dancing people. And it was totally funny. And inside, only the spoons have different colors, like the colors from the dancing people outside. Or they also do the big egg with the 24 pieces with Karl Lagerfeld, also in collaboration, and with many different champagne companies. Very famous is the Champagner Bowl Anemone. You can put more than 12 bottles in the Champagner Bowl. And very famous is the Anemone from a typical mark from the company, from the champagne company. And so they produce it especially for the champagne company. For other companies, they do a bottle stopper to the year 2000. Yes, so, and we can talk the whole evening about cooperation.
Definitely. So Wafé and Markus are here for the people that want to ask more questions. And I think now we'll go to the real champagne and food after you telling us about the champagne. Thank you both for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
And I leave the floor to Inji to announce the start of the buffet. Thank you for listening, and thank you for
invitation.